What up? It's Shut Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, y'all, I have a great show set up for you guys today. We have some breaking news. Y'all know how much I love breaking news. Don Lemon will not be charged in the Minnesota church protest. In lead stories, we're going to talk about Klay Thompson potentially, allegedly cheating on Megan Thee Stallion. In quick news, we're going to talk about Naomi Osaka, Renee Good, the Kardashians, Kim and Kanye, Donald Trump, sinners at the Oscars, and Cameron. As always, we're going to close out the show with a social discussion and lesson of the day. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, your radio, your devices up. I'm about to start this show. Let's go. All right. Welcome to everybody tuning in. Bam, 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 bam. Yo, let's start today with a round of applause. What up? I put a Jamaican video on my Instagram today, so I'm feeling extra nostalgic. You know what? Let me go with the old horns. Yeah. Before I used to be on lives, I used to use those old horns. Anyways, I'm in a great mood today. I hope everybody is feeling good. Welcome to everybody who is tuning in on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and Kick. Welcome. All right. I have a good show set up for y'all today. Let me make sure that we are live. Yes, we are live. What up to everybody who is tuning in? Okay. So, we have breaking news today. Breaking news, Don Lemon will not be charged in the Minnesota church protest. Now, before we get into this story, I want to let you guys know there has been multiple protesters that have been arrested. Also, the leader, the head person of the pull-up protesters, she has been adamant about doing this since the George Floyd protest, and she has recently been arrested. I feel like it was earlier today, and a couple of other leaders and protesters. And right away, everybody was tuning in to see what was going to happen with Don Lemon. Now, for those of you who follow us daily, you knew that I did a whole breakdown on Don Lemon and the potential of him getting charged. Donald Trump reposted somebody saying that he should be charged with the FACE Act. Nicki Minaj said that he should be charged, and a bunch of other people said that Don Lemon should be charged. Now, when the protests in the church started, I came out on Instagram right away and was like, I dragged Donald Trump, I was dragging Nicki Minaj, and I was like, are you joking? How could you even fathom charging Don Lemon? He is a YouTuber, and not just because he's a colleague of mine. Y'all know I'm always writing for content creators and YouTubers. But not only that, this is journalism. Our job is to report. And true journalism is not taking sides on your reporting. Now, I broke it down extensively. You guys can go check, I think it's like 2 or 3 episodes ago, I think Monday's episode. And we showed you guys video of Don interviewing the protesters, the lead lady who was the protester. We also showed you him interviewing the pastor at the church, which showed that he was giving both sides and he was doing journalism. Now, that was on Instagram in my reels, but I also came back on Monday because you guys know I am fair and I'm all about receipts and the law. And I said to you guys that as much as I don't want to see any journalist, YouTuber, or Don Lemon being charged, I did speak with some legal experts, and there was a lot of people saying that there's potential for him to be charged because the FACE Act does not allow anybody to protest, damage, or do anything to religious establishments or abortion clinics. So it was a gray line. And I presented those facts. A couple of you guys misinterpreted it, thinking that I wanted him to be arrested. I am a YouTuber. This is what I do. Why would I want to see Don be arrested? And I am very, very happy to report that in spite of the FACE Act, a judge has determined that Don Lemon did not break any laws. And it's for my original take and my original thought on Reels and on Instagram was he is a reporter, and that law, the FACE Act, only applies to the actual protesters. Now, I brought up an example myself, and this is why some people were a little bit worried. As I am a YouTuber and a content creator and a journalist, if I am on the street and I see some bank robbers going to rob a bank, and I'm like, hey, you guys are about to go rob a bank? Okay, I'm going to follow you and report on the process of you robbing a bank. Does that put me in the category of aiding and abetting or being part of it? I love that this says, I know this is not the same example, by the way, that's just an analogy. And by the way, Don said, he claimed that he didn't know what they were about to do, but he still walked inside with them, the protesters in the church. So there's a couple of legal experts that said, well, that draws a gray line. Very, very happy to report, and this will now set a new precedent. Reporters, YouTubers, journalists can document even when somebody is breaking the law. Let me read to you some more details. A federal judge has declined the Justice Department's request to bring criminal charges against journalist Don Lemon following his presence at an anti-immigration and customs enforcement ICE protest inside a Minnesota church. According to CNN, the decision came after federal authorities reviewed Lemon's role during the protest, which took place at City's Church in St. Paul, Minnesota over the weekend. The demonstration interrupted a church service and led to confrontations between protesters and the people in the church. This case has drawn national attention due to Lemon's status as a high-profile journalist and a former CNN host. A source told CNN that the ruling prevented protesters from immediately moving forward with criminal charges tied to Lemon's presence during the incident. The Attorney General is enraged at the judge's decision, per people who are familiar with the matter. Now, literally just before I went on air here, I heard a report that Pam Bondi, the head of the DOJ, Donald Trump's right-hand woman, is furious at this judge. Like, she cannot believe it. She is shocked. I also did hear, and this is not alleged, I did hear that they are not going to back down and they are going to continue and try different ways to charge Don Lemon. Now, once a judge decides not that the DOJ is not allowed, from what I know, they can't go back and double dip and just keep on trying to find a judge. But what they can do is find another law and go back and see if they can press charges against him on that. You know, Donald Trump does not want to back down, especially with people who he doesn't like. And he does not like Don Lemon from his time at CNN and his time now as a YouTuber. So I'm super invested in this. This sets a precedent, just like how the Megan Thee Stallion and Milagro set a precedent when it comes to defamation. I can say something to somebody or about somebody. You have to send me a letter saying, what you're saying to me is not, what you're saying about me is not correct. I have to come back on here with you, to you guys, and say, hey, what I said about Jay-Z is not correct. And if I take it back, you cannot sue me for defamation. The courts set a precedent. So Megan and Milagro set a precedent. This Don Lemon and DOJ case is huge for YouTubers. This is setting a precedent that we can stand outside on the street. We can stand outside. We can stand inside churches, go into hospitals, go wherever people are to document and provide you, the people, you, the viewers, the truth of what is going on. We can't go and protest and say we're journalists. You have to provide proof that we are just there reporting what's going on. So shout out to Don Lemon and his entire team on this. I really hope the DOJ stops and doesn't continue this. But of course, if they do, we will bring you guys up to date. That is all we have with breaking news today. Let's go over to Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion, because out of politics, this is what everybody is talking about. So let's go to our lead story. Okay. here we go. Megan Thee Stallion, Klay Thompson. I want to set this up carefully before I get into it. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put this up here. This is the whatever cover for today's show. All right, Megan Thee Stallion, Klay Thompson. Now, for those of you who follow me daily, you know that I have been dragging both Klay and Megan since the inception of this relationship. I love Megan on her own, love it. I think she's like top 3 right now. I love that she is a natural, beautiful Black woman. I love that she is a lyricist, and I think she could go line for line, bar for bar with any male rapper, past or present. That's how much I like Megan Thee Stallion. Totally respect Klay, what he's done in the NBA, what he's done with the Warriors, part of the Splash Brothers. All due respect to Klay. I think after his injury, I think he should have, put a little bit more effort into his comeback. Maybe he would still be with the Warriors, but it is what it is. Love them separately. Not a fan of them together. And the reason why I've never been a fan of them together plays a very, very big role in this Klay Thompson cheating scandal that keeps on popping its head back up. And today it's popping its head back up even more because of a blind item, which I have for you guys. So the reason why this plays into today's story is I was one of the first content creators or one of the first people on YouTube to let you guys know that this was not a real relationship. Now, we all know Megan Thee Stallion's issues with Tory Lanez. Megan Thee Stallion was like here in her career. After the Tory Lanez situation happened and she quote unquote snitched on him, or quote unquote what some people would say lied on him, that's when her reputation kind of took a nosedive. And then people started picking sides. I'm on Tory Lanez's side, or I'm on oh my gosh, sorry, Megan's side. Then things went a little bit more her way. When the court case came out, she was found guilty, but then she got into another issue with Gayle King when during the interview, Gayle said, yo, did you ever sleep with Tory? She's like, no, girl, I didn't. And then it was like, what? Come on. And then she's like, yo, Megan is a liar. She's lied with Gayle King. She's probably lying in court. So, and then her relationship with Party Fontaine, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So her image has taken a nosedive. Now, I'm telling you all that to tell you that she is signed to Jay-Z and Roc Nation, Desiree Perez, and they have been actively trying to rebuild Megan Thee Stallion because they have tens of millions of dollars invested in her because she was supposed to be the next it girl, the one who stood beside Cardi B. Cardi B's worth $100 million. Cardi B is an entity. Cardi B is a megastar, and that is what they were trying to make Megan Thee Stallion. Now, we might know her in the hip hop community within the culture, but for example, my mom doesn't know who Megan Thee Stallion is, but she knows who Cardi B is. It's when you get over to that crossover in that mainstream, that's where the money is at. So Roc Nation has been actively trying to rebuild her reputation. I have been very adamant of saying, yo, y'all should hire me because I could do a way better job because I think they've been doing a horrible job. Suing Milagro, just everything that's been going on. And it just seems to have not been working. And by the way, I have an extensive background in the music industry and in marketing. It's what I do. But having said all of that, one of the main factors was, who is she going to date? Who is she going to be with? We have to get her out of this hip hop industry, the Tory Lanez, the gangster rappers, the hood dudes, because that's who Megan loves. And it's like, oh, let's stick her with Klay. Now, when I said this in the summertime, a lot of people didn't believe me. And I'm like, yo, a lot of times in the music industry, publicists will hook people up. Not necessarily because they like each other, but because they can call TMZ and they can make a story of it. One of the most famous ones is Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. Do your research. That was put together for Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Sometimes, just like other blind dates, things could work out. And it's like, I like this person. I feel like it gets a little confusing because I feel like these people who love the camera, they love entertainment, and they love the money, see, wow, it's working. We could turn this into a billion-dollar family, the Kardashians. And it's like, do I really love them or do I love all the attention? And if we had a kid, it would be even crazier and bigger. Like, these people are all about attention and money. So it's not so crazy for these fake relationships to work if it's working in a public eye. Okay. Now, back to Megan and Klay. Megan's whole background has been street dudes. Klay is the furthest thing from a street dude that you could ever put her with, which is the reason why they put him and her together. I could literally see it with my eyes closed. Tasha K has come out and said, Tasha, she's going to say allegedly, and even her name is allegedly, but she came out and she said, yo, I had two people confirm to me that this was a relationship that was contrived and put together. Now, let's get back, now that you guys are all up to date, let's get back to where we're at today. Where we're at today is when you have a relationship that's really for the public eye, there's no real commitment. So when you guys are in your quiet time or when you're not, doing stuff for the public, you might want to go back to some of the people that you were with in the past. Megan has been rumored to be with people, and I'll bring you this right here. This is a picture from New Year's Eve. This past New Year's Eve, okay? This is, what are we today? The 22nd, so 22 days ago. This right here is Klay in the middle. And this right here is, guess who? Klay Thompson's ex-girlfriend, who he had to unfollow because he had to maintain a relationship with Megan Thee Stallion. Now, if you look carefully, sorry, let me put it back here. If you look carefully, you'll see here that if you look Klay here, and he followed her back. Now, from what I am hearing through the grapevine is, I know this is going to sound weird to you guys, but contract time was up. So it was like, yo, we haven't seen Megan and Klay all around, and we don't know what we're doing. So Klay was like, yo, I'm going to go hang out with my ex-girl. You tell me who is so in love with their girl that they're not with them on New Year's Eve and they're at a party with their ex-girlfriend. Like, if that doesn't tell you everything that's going on, then I don't know what else to tell you. Now, today, this blind item comes out, and this is what everybody is freaking out about. You'll see entertainment lawyer, and it says, the NBA player is cheating on the three named singer rapper every chance he gets. Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion. So that's the blind item that everyone's talking about. So in conclusion, it's like, it's not a real storybook relationship. It's almost like a contrived situationship. And now I have heard that there are times where they're kind of like, I can make this work. And I'm sure it's Megan, the one who was on the fence, and not necessarily Klay, because it's not really Megan's type of guy. So I feel like that's why Klay is like, all right, well, listen, I actually like her. I think it's cool. Like, I thought it was a nice setup because for those who on the NBA side, Klay took a really big hit getting let go from the Warriors, and he's not the basketball superstar that he used to be. So this puts him back in the limelight. The more you're back in the limelight, the more you get paid for appearances or whatever. So he's like, all right, I'll do this. No problem. It worked out for me. But yo, if Megan is going to not really be interested and not really want to take it somewhere, then I'm going to go back to my girl. So it's not really cheating if Megan knows what's going on. Okay. So it is what it is. We'll leave it right there. We'll follow it. I know some people are going to say, I think they really are in love. I think there's going to really be a relationship. We shall see. We'll leave that up to them to decide. But that is the cheating allegations, and that's the cheating rumors, and why you will still see them on every blog site all the time, because Rock Nation publicists, regardless of what's going on, whatever cheating rumors, you're going to see them midi putting, oh my gosh, they're in love. You're going to see your courtside, because it is a situation ship that they both like to have publicly for their benefit. Okay. So that is that. Let's move on to quick news. I got a lot going on in quick news. There's a lot going on today. We're going to talk about Naomi Osaka, and she's going super viral today. Renee Good, I have a 3D rendering, and a coroner report came out that I want to make sure that this story, we don't give up on it. I have something about the Kim Kardashian's surgery journey. Kim and Kanye are reconciling. Donald Trump has bruising on his hands. There's a big health scare. sinners at the Oscars, and Cameron, it's a story that literally just came out like an hour or so ago. I got to get it into the show. He's making a comment about his ex-girlfriend. It could have literally been in social discussion the lesson of the day, but it's too late. I already have that. But I got a lot of stuff in quick news, so make sure y'all stick around. Okay, let's kick quick news off with Naomi Osaka. She is in the Australian Open, and a lot of people are talking about what happened when she was yelling out things between points. Now, this is taken from my reel, so you're going to see a little bit of my take already, so I don't have to set this up too much, but just take a listen, and we'll talk about it more after. Take a listen.
Sorry, she was mad about it, but...
Come on! Listen, Serena Williams has been yelling, come on, for the past 20 years, man. You are just mad because Naomi beat that ass. Listen to this.
Okay, sorry, she was mad about it, but...
It's okay? You come on between points?
Yeah, you haven't got to pull your hand out. That's fine.
It's okay.
So I can talk between points?
Yes.
Between third,
Yeah, can I go come on and talk? Basically?
Yes.
you're not serving yet, so it's not even best to so this is okay.
Look at that. Poor sportsmanship. Horrible. I like how Naomi checked it. Like, what up? What up?
Sorana Cirstea is a tough competitor. She came to play tonight. What did it take to get through that one?
Apparently a lot of come on said she was angry about, but whatever. She's a great player. I think this was her last Australian Open, so... Okay, sorry she was mad about it, but...
Well, she was complaining because between the first and second serve, she could hear you just trying to pump yourself up. Was that the problem?
I think so, but like... She could have asked me, like... Just... Bro. I'm sorry.
I hope Naomi uses this as fuel and wins the Australian Open. We'll talk about this on the Trent Out Loud. All right, Trent. Yeah, listen, fine. I'm biased. I'm a big Naomi Osaka fan, but listen, I've been watching tennis a long time. The men yell. Who was it? I think it was McEnroe was famous for yelling at himself. And the queen of tennis herself, Serena Williams, like all she did was yell between points. Like I could literally play you a 10-minute highlight reel of Serena yelling at herself. Now, look, to be fair, I understand how it can be distracting. And that's what I love about Naomi here. She goes, is she had a problem? She could have just came up and been like, listen, it's really annoying me. It's distracting me. Like, can you stop? You know what I mean? So I would like for this player to come back out and just be like, look, it was my last Australian Open. I got caught up or whatever. It's, Naomi won. Don't try to blame the fact of somebody being competitive on the reason why you lost. It's just bad sportsmanship and shows her character. So shout out to Naomi. Okay, let's go over to this 3D rendering of Renee Good. And I know you guys have seen the video a million times, but the reason why I want to play this is that there was a coronary report, an independent one done. I think it came out today or maybe yesterday. And this is done by the family of Renee Good. The reason why this is so important is the government of the United States of America. And I'm saying the government of the United States of America because if I say Donald Trump, Pam Bondi, and the FBI, it makes sense. But if you really say the United States of America is not looking into the unaliving one of their citizens, it sounds like it makes, like you're in a Twilight Zone. Like it doesn't make sense. And this family has to do their own independent exam. And it showed today that she was struck in her arm, in her shoulder or chest, and then in her head. And it was the third one that struck her. And for those of you who are talking about the car aiming at him, et cetera, really look at this rendering, and I want you to tell me why there was a reason for the second and third shot if you felt like he was in danger. Take a look at this. I'm sorry, but we cannot let this story die. You see this third shot right here? It has come out today from an independent coronary report that Renee Good was shot in the arm, the chest, and then her face. This is the third shot. And look at this rendering. Is the car coming towards the ICE officer here? What is the explanation for the second and third shot for those of you who feel like the first shot was justified?
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you.
Okay, there he is in the window. Here's the rendering. Okay. Now we're gonna skip going around the car. Here we go. The car is right in front of him now. Let's pull back the rendering. We see where he is. Watch this. Boom. One. Look where he is on the side. Look at this. Second side. Third. Look where he is. They're going to run it back again and show you the full rendering now. Look at this full rendering. Look at the first shot. Here we go. Boom. He's on the side with the first shot. Look at this, fully on the side with the second and all the way on the passenger on the third. I would like to know, what is the point? I'd just like to add that as of right now. What is the point of this? And what I was about to say right there before I cut it off is that as of right now, today at 6 p.m., January the 22nd, there is no investigation on the ICE officer or any ICE officers that were in the area or the ICE officer that unalived Renee Good. And I ask you, Americans, we should not stand up and allow this to happen from any branch of government anywhere in the world. This is utterly ridiculous, and there is no explanation for that third shot. I am still very, very bothered by this, and I think it is absolutely ridiculous. And shout out to that company who did the rendering, okay? Now, let's move on to our third quick story. It's tough to go from Renee to the Kardashians, but in a lighter moment. I saw this online, and I really thought it was cool because if you guys remember 2 weeks ago, Caitlyn Jenner came out and said, I've never had work done. You guys always are talking about the work that we have done, and maybe we've done this, and maybe we've done that. And she's like, oh, maybe I got baby Botox. I found this 30-second clip that shows Kylie, sorry, I don't know the Kardashians that well, but Kylie Jenner, and then Caitlyn, and then Khloe, Kim, and Kourtney, and the mom. I just said I don't know them, but I can run off their names, huh? And the reason why I wanted to put this out there is I know I have a big women following, and I just wanted to put this out there just to remind some of you that might look on Instagram or keeping up with the Kardashians and just look at this family and be like, oh, they're so beautiful and they're this and they're that and whatever. Take a look. Okay, I had to take off the music, but that's Kylie. Look at this. She's a totally different person. Millions of dollars. That's Kendall. Sorry, Kendall. Look at Kendall. Look at Khloe. Khloe and who are you? You're not even the same person. Here's Kim. What? Hold up. What are you talking about here? All right, here's Kourtney. Kourtney doesn't look that much different. I'll give that to Kourtney. Look at the mom. What? What is going on? Anyways, we got to get rid of these, standards that we put, especially with women these days, that, we look at these things online. There's also, all these apps that will touch this up and touch it up. And guys out there too, looking at Instagram and following these people, it's all fake. It's all BS. And the average person doesn't have millions of dollars to spend on this kind of surgery. So just wanted to throw that out there. Our fourth quick story, following the Kardashians, Kanye and Kim are making some headlines, and they're making headlines because Kim was on Khloe's podcast and she said something about North, and kind of indirectly she let it out that her and Kanye have reconciled. Remember when she was on Call Her Daddy, she's like, listen, I'm a single parent. I haven't seen Kanye in months. It just so happens now that because North wants to produce music and she's bonding, their relationship has mended, which I think is a great thing. I have also heard that Kanye West is in a good mental space and he's working on his album. I'm going to play the clip for you just to bring you guys up to speed. And for my daily listeners, you know that it's hard for me to believe Kanye, or I shouldn't say, like, it's hard for me to report on Kanye, let's put it that way, because I am a big mental health advocate and I've been diagnosed with being bipolar, and he uses bipolar and mental health to sell and promote things. So hearing now that, oh, Kanye West is better, I'm happy if it is, but I feel like he uses some of that only when he's promoting. And because the use of his episodes hasn't worked and he hasn't been able to release his album, I feel like now he's trying to reverse course and be like, I'm healed mentally and I won't have any more spats and attacks. So I just hope, if this is really the case, that it's true this time, but we shall see. Anyways, here is Kim and Kanye.
It's important to say you and Ye have really bonded over North's producing. You guys are now in a much better place. Yeah.
By the way, sorry, I don't have the visuals and just the audio. So this is the audio. We just put a picture here.
A really empathetic person. I mean, at the end of the day, we're always family. I always look at it that way, no matter what's going on. There are times when I have to be super protective, and there are times when, you know, at any moment, I would love that relationship. And I've always talked about that. The music side and the producing isn't my thing, and that's her bonding thing with her dad. But even just like coming up with stuff, we have to communicate about how North like moves through that world and all these like opportunities that come her way, and having to filter that and like respecting his opinion on the things that go on with his kids is really important. So I think it's important for the kids. You just kind of have to put on.
That's good. See, so I love it from a parent to a child. And, you know, it was hard hearing that he's not even in his kid's life. You know, there has been reports that he goes and sees North or does stuff with North in the studio and films it, and he has and uses those as viral moments. And when he has nothing to produce, all of a sudden North is not around. But let's just see. Let's see really what this is all about. I'll just leave it at that and put a button on that topic. Okay. We are going to go to our fifth quick story. Donald Trump and his health scare. Let's go again to my Instagram. I think I'll set it up here for you guys already. Take a look.
Big news right now. This is what Donald Trump's hand looked like today.
Donnie is not going to be happy that we're talking about this, but Mr. Trump, you brought this on yourself, saying, oh, I only have bruising because I shake people's hands. Well, how many hands do you shake with your left hand, sir? And also, you daily dragged Joe Biden for being old. This looks like oldness to me. And you also dragged him for being sick and hiding his medical records. Seems like you're hiding something here.
We have some big news right now. This is what Donald Trump's hand looked like today in Davos, Switzerland. This is his left hand. New bruising has appeared on his left hand, and it is very pronounced. Here's another image of what his left hand looks like right now today in Switzerland. And a third image right here, you can see a very dark bruise pronounced on his left hand as he is speaking, announcing his board of peace. These images were taken by Getty and the AFP. Now, what's significant about these images today is that this is his left hand, not his right hand. His right hand had traditionally been the one that has been bruised, as the White House claims, because he shakes a lot of hands. He does not shake a lot of hands with his left hand. And therefore, the question exists, why is this such significant bruising on a hand he doesn't shake other people's hands with? And why isn't the White House giving us more information about the president's health?
We are... All right. Hold on. Guys, make sure you check us out on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. And if you cannot... Don't put that. I'm funny, huh? Look, Look, I never want to wish bad on anyone's health, the politics aside. But like I said in the beginning there, you have to understand the scrutiny that you're going to get, because for 4 years, you dragged Joe Biden for being Sleepy Joe, hiding up the fact that his cognitive this or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And yes, does it turn out that Joe Biden was hiding some things? It did. Jake Tapper did a whole book on it, and there's a lot of people, even Kamala Harris has talked about that in her book. But if you are going to be the one critiquing somebody for doing something wrong, and then now you're the president, and now you're like, I did a cognitive test, and they said that this was the best test of any president ever. My medical records, I'm the most healthiest president ever. Why are your ankles swollen, sir, and looks like a loaf of bread? I have the nicest and best ankles of any president ever. Sir, why are your hands bruised that look like you had an IV or look like you had something? I have the best hands ever of any president ever, and my hands are bruised because I shake a lot of hands. Sir, you're right-handed. Now your left hand is bruised. What is going on? It's just the ridiculousness of it all. I understand you're the president of the United States. I understand it from a business perspective. When Steve Jobs was sick, Apple didn't want to say every time that he was in the hospital because they were afraid, and of course the investors were afraid of how is Apple going to do without Steve Jobs there. But you're the president of the United States. We have a whole system in place if something should happen. So I understand, but at the same time, I don't understand. And if you're the type of person that knocks somebody for doing it and then you go out and do it, it's ridiculous. And to say you're doing it because you're shaking hands, it's embarrassing. At least Joe Biden just didn't say anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me a break. Ridiculous. All right, let's go over now to some Oscar news. Very, very, very cool. Sinners dominates the Oscars, and with 16 Oscar nominations, setting a new all-time record. The nominees for the 2026 Academy Awards just dropped, and the box office hit Sinners set a new record with 16 nominations. Let's give them. According to Deadline, the film has been nominated for Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Supporting Actress, Best Supporting Actor, and much more. The previous record was 14 nominations achieved by films All About Eve, Titanic, and La La Land. The film, one battle after another, which stars Leonardo DiCaprio and Tiana Taylor, my girl, Tiana Taylor, followed up with this year's total of 13 nominations. So shout out to Leo and Tiana Taylor getting 13 nominations. Now, y'all are going to be shocked because I'm a big movie, TV, entertainment buff. I have still not seen Sinners. I still have not seen Sinners. I'm supposed to have a movie night this weekend. Maybe I will watch it. Well, I'm going to have to watch it at some point. So, shout out to Sinners. Really excited for that. All right. And I wanted to also add in, they were just snubbed at the Golden Globes. A lot of people were talking about that. So, that they will put these kind of movies in there for nominations and then end up like not winning much. I think they won 2 Golden Globes, but it would be nice to see them win. It would be nice to see what's his name? Michael B. Jordan win. Well, nice to see director, Ryan Coogler. You know what I mean? Like, the nominations are good, but let's get some wins. All right. Okay, let's jump over now to something I literally just added in 5 minutes before I came on air here. Where can I find this video? Cameron, Mr. Cameron. Oh, here it is. Cameron. Okay. Cameron had his ex on his show, on his podcast. And I really feel like this is a really interesting conversation. And I feel like some people are misunderstanding it. Some people in the comment section are getting it and some are not. And he is literally saying, yo, I never spent money on you or gave you money or whatever, not because I'm stingy and not because I'm the type of guy that doesn't take care of his girl or I'm not a provider. I just didn't feel like you were the appropriate girl to invest in. Listen to this. Again, this could have been in social discussion, but take a listen to this.
Especially one who's intimate with me, automatically wants to step into leadership and provision and want to protect and provide for me. Kim has never given me those vibes.
Yeah. You got a boyfriend right now, Kelly?
No.
Exactly.
Why does that matter? Do you have a girlfriend right now, Kim?
I don't need nobody to protect and provide for me. I'm not looking for that. I'm just trying
You're
to
a
say.
man. I wouldn't expect that.
I'm just trying to say that this is the thing, that you think that because you're dating somebody, like for instance, right? Give you an example.
So as a woman, if I share my body with a man, I shouldn't expect him to want to protect and provide for me? Is that what you would teach your
I cannot wait to hear your guys' comments on that line in the comment section, but we'll continue.
fucking daughter? What?
The problem is this: you want to protect.
You think
and
men
provide.
and women are equal?
No, what I'm trying to explain to you is this: for me, I rather invest in my female than give my female.
Woo! Yo, I love that. I would rather invest in my female than to give to my female. I don't know why he's calling her a female, but that is just, listen.
And that's the problem.
You never invested in me.
Because you had bad investments. That's why you're in nursing school. I'm trying to explain to you that the investments that you had weren't good.
That's not why I'm in nursing school. I've been working on my nursing degree since fucking 2019.
Why you don't have it yet?
I opened the business to help me get through nursing school.
And which was
Because
a
I
bad,
needed a passive income.
Which was a bad investment. Right. Anyway.
See how quiet she was there? Then that nursing thing didn't work out. It was a bad investment, and then she was just quiet.
Like I was trying to explain, because it's a bad investment or somebody gives you an opinion, you reverse it into a nigga don't want to protect, provide. You never looked out for me. Yo, you didn't really like you always looked past me. Because I don't think what you were doing was going to make money for yourself or for me. That's how you reverted to say, yo, you never want to look out for me. You never did this for me. You never believed in me. You always looked past me because I give you my real opinion.
Okay, Cam, what's your feelings?
Anyway, so they go on to just say, you know, like, I like her. I care for her. We're just not in a good space right now. And I think at one point they lived with each other or whatever. And now they're just friends, but they just don't see eye to eye. My question to Cam is, why was she your girl if you never thought she was a good investment? That's my thing. Although I agree with parts of it, I disagree. Like, you should have figured it out before and never got to the, yo, she's my girl, we're living together part. That's where I find it a little bit funny. But I do agree with the being in a relationship and wanting to invest in that person and believe in that person. Y'all know I talk about this almost every day. Directly and indirectly. Relationships has to be about believing in the other person. I can't fathom why you would want to be with somebody who you don't believe in, who you don't want to invest in, but you just want to give them money for things, to go and buy things. As a woman, why would you want that? Why would you want, oh, thanks for all of these personal things, but you don't care about me? Like, that shows that the person doesn't care about you. And I understand some men and some women like that. A guy would just like a trophy wife and a girl would just like, all right, cool. Yo, I got a Birkin. Yo, I got this or I got that. For me personally, that is not a real relationship, even if they are married. That's kind of just like a, you know, like Klay and Megan, what I was talking about. That's just an arrangement because you guys, one likes a pretty girl and a pretty girl just likes things. A real relationship, a real marriage, you're not going to want to buy a girl a gift for no reason. I'm not saying that you can't buy a girl a gift, but I'm saying it's not all the time about that. It's about like Gucci and Kiara's Kiara relationship. Forget his wife's name, but yo, he went to jail. He gave her $2 million. He came out of jail and she gave him back $6 million. That is the relationship, yo. I believe in my wife. He didn't say, yo, I'm going to sit down in jail. I'm going to just keep on buying you Birkins and cars. That's not love. Love is when you believe in somebody, when you believe that the person could do more for you than you can do for yourself. That's why I will say, don't be the smartest one in the room. I want my wife to be smarter, this and that, whatever. So she's going to challenge me. And then, there's things that I'm smarter than her at. Like, that's belief and partnership. Anyways, like I said, I can't talk about it too much because we're going to reserve conversations like that for social discussion and lesson of the day. But Cameron, at the end of the day, you are taking the L in this, because how did you ever get to the, this is my girl, if you never thought you were going to invest in her? That's a mistake right there. All right, let's go to social discussion and lesson of the day. Today's social discussion is, should you judge yourself by your own actions or your own intentions? This was mind-blowing. I had to watch it 3 times to get it. Listen, I'll tell you again. Should you judge yourself by your actions or intentions? Because we always say we judge others on their actions, not intentions, but there's a way to flip it, which I found really interesting. Lesson of the day is, the hardest decisions isn't between pain and peace. It's between 2 different kinds of pains. Really interesting. And also, you'll never get anywhere avoiding the hard stuff. Let's go over to social discussion right now. All right, before we get to social discussion, y'all know I have a very important question to ask y'all. Is your computer, laptop, or cell phone vulnerable to data breaches? Let me answer that question for you because it's an indirect question. Yes, they are, all 3 of them, if you are not using Aura, the all-in-one digital security platform. Go to my sponsor below, aura.com/trendoutloud to get your 14-day free trial to see if any of your data has already been exposed. If you're ever wondering how scammers get your cell phone number or why your inbox is filled with spam, here is why. There are companies called data brokers, and they sell your data, and they do it without your consent, and they make billions of dollars selling it to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. That is why I recommend today's sponsor, Aura, to my family, friends, and out louders. Aura takes care of the hard part for you automatically, keyword automatically, removing your information off of these sites and keeping it off. Aura is an all-in-one digital security platform. With Aura, you get alerts if any of your personal information is ever found on the dark web, real-time fraud alerts for your credit card or banking information. You also get a secure VPN, antivirus, password manager. They have US-based round-the-clock customer service. Also, in the event that anything should ever go wrong, Aura also includes, not offers, includes a $5 million identity theft insurance protection package. Try Aura today, free for 14 days. You have the link below, or here is the QR code. Just take out your phone, your camera, put it right on the screen, and this will take you to the link. Free for 14 days, all right? Anything you do online, anytime you enter your name, your credit card, your address, whatever, it can be sold to a third party in the spirit of, we just want to know what Trent is watching, shopping, buying, or whatever. It's for marketing purposes. Well, those third-party people can be bad actors, and that's why you get those text messages with links that if you touch it, you'll lose a bunch of money or they'll steal your information, phone calls from people you never gave your phone number to, and also emails. Aura can get all your information offline, and you'll get no more spam, no more phone calls. It's very, very dangerous out here. So make sure you do not surf on the web without Aura. And the key thing is that it's absolutely free. Okay. Also, just want to remind you guys to sign up for the Out Loud membership. You see, we have different levels here. You get badges. You'll see that above me. Don't forget to join the Out Loud membership. And if you're late, we told you guys at the beginning of the show, you could check us out weekdays from Monday to Friday. We stream live on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, no longer Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick, okay? And lastly, a lot of people DM and email me and say, hey, we watch the show every day. You work so hard. We want to give back to the show. Do you have PayPal? Do you have Venmo? The best way, if you would like to give back to the show, is while we are live, you can give us a super chat, or after this video is posted, you can send us a super thanks. The really cool thing about a super thanks is you choose whatever amount you would like to give, and then you could change the thanks to whatever comment you want. You could let me know what you think about the show, the take. You could argue with me, whatever you want. It's like sending me a text message. I will like it, reply back to you right away, and I'll read it on the next day's show. All right. Here is YouTube explaining it better than I can.
Buy a super thanks by clicking the thanks button under your video. There are multiple price points a viewer can purchase that each have their own special one-time animation. As an added bonus, viewers will get to post a distinct, colorful comment in your video's comment section.
All right. Let's get over to my first my social discussion. Should you judge yourself by your actions or intentions? Listen carefully, okay? It starts off with a little thing about a relationship and then goes to it. Listen.
Again, Jay. If you love someone and they say they love you, a hard conversation should bring you closer together.
Agreed.
A hard conversation should not push you away from each other.
Love
if
this.
you're scared to have a hard conversation with someone you love, that means you're not that close. Instead of judging people by their actions, judge them by their intentions. And judge yourself by your actions, not your intentions.
Judge yourself by your intentions and judge people. Judge people by their intentions and judge yourself by your actions. That is crazy. That is total opposite that we've been taught. Listen why.
Oh, think about all the stupid things you've said, you've done, and got wrong. And all of a sudden, you start to recognize, wait a minute, if someone judged me for that, I'd feel pretty bad about it. That doesn't define me. That's not who I am. And all of a sudden, when you have that reflection, it flips the entire statement.
So like I said, I had to listen to it a couple of times. But again, this is in relationships that mean a lot to you. There's relationships that are super important. But if you judge your partner or your really close friends off of their intentions, it's giving them grace because it's really about who they are. Because sometimes actions can be wrong, can not be really what somebody wants to do. And vice versa to yourself. Don't think about just your intentions. People say that all the time. Yo, that wasn't my intention. I didn't mean to do that. Wasn't my intention. Wasn't my intention. So instead of you judging yourself and giving yourself a way out and saying, that wasn't my intention. Don't be mad at me. I didn't intentionally do that. Judge yourself off of your action. Forget about your own intention and say, look, I'm going to judge myself off of my action. And I was wrong. That was stupid. Regardless of my intention, I'm going to judge myself. It's literally accountability. It's so good. It will take a lot and you have to really care about the person, but I'm going to judge me on my actions because that's what you see. You see that? So I'm going to judge myself. That means I'm going to understand where you're coming from. Hey, I'm sorry. And then when I look and judge you, because I love you, I'm going to judge you off of your intention and not your action. Whoo! That's crazy. If both people do that, this is the best marriage you can ever have. Not easy, but really, really big and very, very powerful. Okay. And by the way, if you maybe not agree with it right away, rewind that because it took me 3 or 4 listens to stick in my head. And even now watching it again and even speaking it and explaining it, it really just sunk in. So y'all know me, I like to do the work. So let's go over to lesson of the day. Okay, first lesson is the hardest decision isn't between pain and peace, but it is between 2 different kinds of pain. I love this. I love this. My therapist, I don't have it with me. My therapist gave me a book or recommended me a book to read called, I think it's the Happiness Plan or something about happiness, meaning that we go through life thinking when we're not happy that we're doing something wrong. I think it's Manage Your Happiness, where it's you need to expect that you're not going to be happy all the time. You need to expect that it's going to rain sometimes, that it's going to snow, that it's not every day is going to be beach weather and tanning weather. And most of the time, you don't get to choose between happiness or pain. It's between 2 different pains. And we need to find a way to be happy in those painful moments. And then you'll have a happy life. Listen.
Hardest decisions aren't between pain and peace. They're between 2 kinds of pain. Stay and it costs you. Leave and it costs you. Speak and it'll hurt. Stay silent and it'll also hurt. Like staying in a relationship where you're loved but not emotionally met. Or leaving knowing you'll miss the way they made your coffee or held your hand in the grocery store and made you belly laugh until you cried. What makes these decisions so tough is that we've been taught to believe that the right choice is the one that feels good, and that clarity of making the right choice will come with a sense of calm and peace. But a lot of the time, there's no frictionless path. There's just choosing the pain you're more willing to hold that feels most honest. It's choosing the version of discomfort that lets you live with yourself afterward. And we don't really talk about this. I certainly don't feel prepped for a lot of hard decisions I've had to make, especially not in this curated, convenience-driven virtual world where, we expect everything to be optimized and clean and obvious. But real life is just murkier than that. And emotionally maturing is less about finding the right decision and more about building the capacity to sit in tension long enough to make one. So what I've come to understand is the question really becomes, can you build a nervous system strong enough to stay with what hurts without abandoning what matters, so that when life throws you really, really hard decisions, you're equipped not to go into survival mode and collapse or freak out, but actually keep your head on your shoulders and navigate whatever the tension presented will be.
Ooh, I like that. Navigate whatever the tension will be. So the key thing here is when she said, be able to navigate and be able to handle, but also you're not going to completely lose yourself and give up what matters. So you have to have a value system. So I need trust, I need loyalty, I need this, I need that. Okay, cool. Now I know I have all that, but my girl is this, and this. Okay, so you have the base, but then there's this, and this. I leave, now I'm alone, I'm by myself, I'm this or whatever, and I'm gonna miss the traveling, I'm gonna miss this, or I'm gonna miss this or whatever, or I stay and I have some things that I miss, but there's some things that are great. So, and then the thing is that you're gonna go through those lonely times or whatever bad times by yourself, and you're gonna get into another relationship, and like I say, this can be applied to jobs, friendships, or whatever. You're going to go to another job, have another best friend, or find another partner. And guess what? You're still going to have issues with that partner. There's no partner, there's no job, there's no best friend that you're ever going to find that is perfect and that it's frictionless. So if you're the type of person that can't deal with friction, this is saying build that friction level up, not to a point where you're losing yourself and you don't care about what matters. You have your value system, but learn how to be okay with some of the friction times and build up a strong nervous system. Love that. And now this last one here is you'll never get anywhere without avoiding the hard stuff. We know we talk about this a lot. I love this. Listen.
So many people making this huge mistake in relationships.
Sorry, wrong one. Hey, where is it? Huh? Oh my gosh, I uploaded the... Hold on, guys. Let me go and find it. Did I upload the wrong one? Hold on. Give me 1 second. I think it's this one.
Those decisions aren't between pain.
Hey, hold on. Oh my gosh. I think I uploaded. Where is it? Oh, well, I'll play it for you tomorrow. We'll never get away from avoidance. All right, I'm going to upload it tomorrow. Sorry, I should have checked on this. Yeah, that's it. We'll do that one tomorrow, I promise, okay? Let's go over to comments. I see a lot of comments going on. I'm excited to talk to y'all. Let's go over to comments of the day. All right. What's up, y'all? What up? I thought we had a good... Coming over to the comment section. Oh my gosh. Will. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Will Willis is in the building. Let's turn up the volume. Will, thank you. Oh my gosh, what's going on, brother Trent and everybody watching, and definitely the ladies in the chat. I'm in San Francisco and sometimes I miss the show. Ladies in the chat, much love. I watched yesterday's show and someone asked about me. Melted my heart. All love for the Out Louders, bro. Let's go. Bam. Yo, thank you, yo. Yes, we're always wondering where our homie Will is. His name is Will Wallace, but as a joke, one time, well, not as a joke, but one time, because of my dyslexia, I called him Will Willis. So you might see some people in the chat calling him Will Willis. The Out Louders call him Will Willis, but his real name is Will Wallace. Always supporting, always doing amazing things for the community. And I see you also, hold up, let me bring this up, gifted 10 more Out Loud memberships. Will, yo. Thank you. Will, love you, man. Thank you very, very much for that. Will is helping us build the Out Louders. Love that. Okay, let me go to the top. Here we go. We got Roberta in the building. Hey, Trent. We got Hip Act. Hey, what up, Out Louders? We got Kim. What up? What is up? All my beautiful people in the chat. I hope everybody's having a great day. Sexy Sandy. So what up, Trent? Kim. Hello, Roberta. Okay, you guys are saying hello, my darling Trent. Love you. Love your pod, darling. Thank you very much, Angela. Child of God says he is a racist POS and should be locked up. He knew what was going on and knew it was illegal. Out of here with that ish. Okay, I think you're talking about Don Lemon, but that's your point of view, and we respect everyone's point of view. So thank you for that. Guys are biased. Okay. Next person is Stanley. That's BS. Don Lemon should be charged. He's guilty and pushed for what went on in the church. All right. This is Stanley. Stanley, respect your opinion. I disagree. And of course, the judge disagrees. Roberta says they are already doing things, so Don was never in trouble, in my opinion. Child of God says he was protesting and knew what the F was going on. There's no evidence of that, by the way. There's no evidence or even cell phone footage or anything else about him protesting. Stanley says the judge was wrong in letting him go. He should be removed from the bench. Okay, fair. I love having both sides. That's what we love about this here. So thank you very much for that. Dom said white men were the biggest problem with this country while he's married to one. I've never heard him say that, but okay. Julian said, great. The representative said, Dana says, yes, it is because you should have called 911. Not sure what that is about. Mystery. Hello, Trent. Streaming from Twitch UK. What up? Big said, Trent Out Loud. Let's promote. Okay, that's a bot. You're going off the air. You're going off the air, Trent? Huh? What does that mean? Child of God, such a language. Yeah, I know. I hope I didn't go off the air. Hey, Trent and everyone. When Don talked in the church, they were saying ice out, ice out. Yes, I know that's what they were saying, but Don was never saying that. Mystery said, you're back now. Okay, thank you very much, Mystery. Nolan said, what up? Let's go. What up? Out Louders. Be safe, preparing for the storm. What up? Nolan said, hello, everybody. Kim said, hey, Nolan. Nolan said, agreed. She should hire you. Okay. Hey, Kim. Audrey said, that's what they say about Sierra and Russell Wilson. There you go. Oh, you're talking about hiring me for now in this comment. Agreed. She should hire me. Megan, you see, Nollins agrees that you should hire me. Okay, that's what I do. Let's get back on track here. That's what they say about Sierra and Russell. 100%. They're always putting them with the good guys, right? Kim said hello. Nolan said it's cold outside. Howdy, Trent. Kate listening from West London, UK. What up? Did I say Kim? Sorry, that was Katie. Sorry about that. Kim says, is Crystal in the chat? If so, what was your question yesterday? I started reading it, but due to the fact that Trent stopped the live, I wasn't able to finish reading it. Sorry about that, Kim. Hey, Katie from West London. Nolan's situationships. Love that word. Stinson says women tennis is no good. What? What? Women's tennis is amazing. I way prefer that than men's tennis. Quick news. She was hyped. Nothing wrong with having some fun at work. That's what Nolan said. Totally agree. Nolan says, oh my gosh, drama queen. Facts. McEnroe was the worst for yelling on a tennis court, but it was entertaining. Totally agree with you, Mystery. Trumpenstein, Angel. Something you just said. I accidentally touched something and missed the Tory Lanez part. Can Tory be set free with a proper trial? That's a whole other question for a whole other day. I have no idea. Nolan says it was one of the saddest stories coming out of our country. Supposedly, she was alive 8 minutes before checking out. There is no logical explanation of any absurd violence. Yeah, we reported on that yesterday. It was that's so ridiculous that she was alive, not only for 8 minutes, but then there was a doctor right outside that said that he wanted to give her help, and ICE turned him down. I thought that was ridiculous. Merk, if I'm pronouncing your name right. What's up? I'm really impressed with your specific games you play, and I see you have been putting effort to get more audiences and engagement. I'll be glad to work with your channel to reach. Oh my gosh, it's a bot. Sorry, I'm getting into reading something here. User something said the U.S. is turning into state Gestapo regime and all right-wing elections. It's getting really bad out there. Nolan's wait for the gift change. Where will be the investigation? Somebody said, oh my gosh. Scott says my dad's friend was 16 times for the same thing. He was an attorney. Justified incident. Mystery said, yes, Trent, keep up the good work on the coverage of Renee incident. Thank you very much, Mystery. Somebody said, so cruel. Hey, there's Crystal. Crystal, what up? What up? There is no justification for any of the in my perspective. But even if you want to say the first was justified, yes, the second and third were completely unnecessarily. Totally agree with you. Okay, I don't know what that is. Kim says, hey, Crystal, what was your question yesterday? The U.S. itself is to blame, not Donald Trump. Pretty touchy. Crystal said, not to mention the fact that there is no there's no at all for this officer. There's no consequences at all for this officer. In fact, she is getting paid for unloving of this woman, collecting money from GoFundMe. How can anyone justify that? I don't understand who wants to give money, GoFundMe, to the officer. I don't understand. It's not even like he's being charged and he needs money for a lawyer. He's not even being investigated. What does he need $500,000 for? And the wife, Renee Good's wife, stopped the GoFundMe. It was at $1.5 million. She's like, yo, thank you. Please donate to somebody else. And this ICE agent is like, no, keep on donating to me for no reason. He still has a job. I am so shocked by it. I don't understand. Excellent cosmetic surgery, beautiful woman. That's what Nolan said. Please go back to Tori. Emily says, I love Naomi. She's so quiet. She was just pumping herself up. Me too. I'm a big Naomi fan. Does Tori have a fair chance? I don't know. We've covered Tori before. I actually went down to Tori's appeal. To answer your question, I don't think Tori is going to have a chance. He's been denied appeal, if I'm not mistaken, twice. He made the mistake with his lawyers, if you asked me at the beginning, and I do not think that he will have another chance. That's just my opinion. Trent, you look so funny. Love the head wrap. Thank you very much. My mom gets mad when I go on Instagram like that. She'll text me like, why is there a bag on your head? Crystal said, hey, Kim, sorry, I was driving. To be completely honest, I don't remember the question I had yesterday. That's fair. Michelle said, bruising needs to appear everywhere. Okay. Katie says the bruising looks like where the intravenous drip has been put in. Exactly. But why not just come out and say that, Maybe that's why his plane had to turn around. He needed a different IV. Greg says, There may just be from the blood test. My dad, when he was older, I don't know what that word is, stuck with a needle, his hand turned black and blue. Okay, but tell us. They keep on saying it's from a handshake. Tell us it's from a needle. Like, what's going on? Katie said Trump may be getting adrenaline pumped into him. Maybe. Crystal said, ha, ha, ha. Nah, Trent's head wrap is really funny. Don't worry, Trent. You're still very handsome. Thank you, Crystal. Even with the funny looking head wrap. Thank you. Hey, me, myself, and I'm not shaking. No more hands now. That's hilarious. Kim said, oh, Crystal, I was just curious because I got two lines in the cutout. I hope you're having a great day. I hope everybody in the chat is having a great day. Thanks, Kim. As always, hope you're having a great day as well. Kim says, Sinners is a great movie. I watched it maybe 4 times this far, and every time I watched it, I see something new. It's a magnificent movie, great made. Wow. I'm going to really try to watch that this weekend. Got to check Sinners out. That's what Nolan said. Thank you, Crystal, from Kim. No way, Trump is probably getting treatment for something, hence the bruising. Kim says, I love Cam show. Oh, Love Cam. This is what it is. Y'all also in the chat should check it out. Great show. Oh, it is what it is. Hit that like button. Thank you, Crystal. Andrew is laughing, probably at my head tie. Andrew, nobody likes. Okay, I'm not reading that out. Somebody here says he was getting them yams. Okay. Oh my gosh, from Crystal. Sharon said, hello, Trent. Hello. I see some new people here. Hello. Sharon, welcome to the live. That's from Kim. Thank you. Glad to be here. Welcome. Laugh out loud. You're 810. Hold off sex till marriage. Focus on your own bag. That's from, and Nolan said, those ideals are promoted in media, unfortunately. Crystal says, always judge people by their intentions and ourselves by our actions, not vice versa, like most people do. Wow. That is so mind-blowing to me, man. That is crazy. Judge people by their intentions and ourselves by our actions. Whew. I'm sorry. I'm only doing that for somebody who's doing that for me. I'm sorry, because that is so big, man. I'm really going to try to do that. Nolan said, I like how they help each other out financially. They got each other's back. Emily said, out ladders. Hope everyone's having a great Friday. Crystal said, happy Friday Eve, Emma. Oh, sorry. Happy Friday Eve. Tony said, another low life internet. Okay. Crystal saying that to Emma. Sharon says, intentions usually lead to our actions, good or bad. Fair. Kim said, hey, Emma. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Kim. What are you talking about, Tony? Facts. Emma says, watch the weather. It's supposed to get pretty cold. Oh my gosh, I see that everywhere, man. This weather that's coming in. Hello, streamer. I came across your channel and see great potential in you. Thanks, bot. We have a lot of new people in the chat today. I don't know what this name is. Altitude. First live here. Hope those Megan rumors are true. Ha ha ha. Free Tory. Welcome, by the way. Mystery said, investing in a relationship is a two-way thing. You can invest in each other together, which makes the relationship stronger. Totally agree. Crystal said, yes, I saw this video with Mel Robbins and the guy from On Purpose. I love them both and watch them all the time. Woo! So amazing. Erica said, so what if you have a hard conversation with the person that you love and they laugh at you and make you feel like things that you're saying aren't valuable and don't mean anything and kind of something? Well, if you have a conversation with somebody who you're in love with and they laugh at you, I think you should leave them. And I'm all about, working and this or whatever, blah, blah. If you can't have everything I say every day in social discussion or lesson of the day, it's all about communication. Y'all know that my love language is quality time, and quality time, you cannot be with somebody for a whole day and not talk. Things are going to come up. You're going to talk. You're going to share. You're going to open up. And if somebody laughs at you, deuces. Once again, shout out to Will. Bam, 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 bam. Big Will in San Francisco. Hey, Will, I really want to come out to San Francisco one day, man. I'm going to definitely hit you up because you're always giving back. From the time we're at the Diddy trial, I remember you from then and here supporting me during these lives. Thank you very, very much, my brother. Once again, a $100 super chat and 10 memberships for Out Louders. I hope you all grab that up quick, man. Thank you so much. Hey, Will, we've missed you. That's from Kim. Erica said, but then at the same time, though they can be the nicest thing on two legs, but their words are matching their actions. Sometimes they are there for you when they hurt you, but then they turn around. Listen, relationships are hard, but this is really about relationships or people or work or friends that's been tested. Nobody's going to say for you to choose over like pain versus somebody who is a horrible person to you. Nobody is saying that. Crystal says there are two of the people I was talking about yesterday about the content I watch on YouTube. Also, Diary of a CEO and a few more, which helped me go within and heal my shadows. Love that, Crystal. That's why Crystal loves lesson and social discussion of the day. We both like those kind of thought-provoking things, and I always try to bring it. No matter what we're talking about in politics, no matter what we're talking about in entertainment, you all know that this original show was supposed to be about that, about life and journey or whatever. So regardless of what happens, I'm always going to make sure that gets discussed. Hey, Will, love your generosity. That's from Emma. Will said, love y'all. Kim says, we love you too, Will Wallace. Gia said, hey, Trend, it's Gia from Manhattan, New York. What up, Gia? Bam, 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 bam. Hey, Gia, I saw that you followed us on TikTok. Thank you very much for the follow. Thank you. We followed you back. Shout out to Gia in Manhattan. Erica said, oh my gosh, I've recently had to do that. I had to stop dealing with somebody that I love very, very much, but miss them because of certain things that worried about them. Yeah, sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you got to make those hard decisions, man. So yeah, anything that we talk about here, it's you got to stay true to yourself first, your values, find that right person. Then when you're with that person, it's all about, building and having uncomfortable conversations with the right person. Gia said that video that you posted on Instagram with those 3 people dancing was hilarious. That's some serious dancing. Yeah, man, for sure. That was follow us on Instagram. That was something that happened in Jamaica. I can't even describe it to you. Hilarious. I couldn't play it on the show for copyright reasons, but check that out on our Instagram. There's Will again. Make sure y'all grab up those 10 Out Loud memberships. Thank you once again, Will. Erica says it's basically saying everybody has issues, but what issues are you willing to put up with to be with somebody you love, vice versa? Exactly, Erica. 1000%. Kim said, wow, Will Wallace, look at you today. Let's go. Free memberships. Thank you. Bam, 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 bam. Gotta go. I'm listening, though. Thanks, Will. Thanks for tuning in, my brother. He says, Trent, I was told recently, sometimes we don't want to heal because the pain is the last link to what we have lost. Let me read that again. Sometimes we don't want to heal because the pain is the last link to what we have lost. Oh, I totally get that. I totally get it. Yeah, that's hard. That's hard. That's hard. It's like, if I heal, then I got to let go of this person, and I don't want to let go of that person, so I don't want to heal. I think we've all been there, and sometimes you got to make those hard choices, man. See you later, Will Wallace. That's from Kim. Crazy Gamer says something music will teach you, hands down. I don't know what that is. Yes, Will in the house. Give it up for Will. Will is at it again from Crystal. Mercy said, Will Wallace backing in with the other big gifts. Come on, Will. We love you, Will. Bah, 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 bah. Crazy Game. Hello from DJ and Tasha. Hey, DJ and Tasha. I haven't seen y'all in a long time, man. North Carolina, come on, raise up. What up? I haven't seen you catch a live. S. Walker said Don Lemon was just reporting, not a crime. Totally agree. And that, like I said, that sets a great precedent for me. Love from Dallas. Yo, I got to come out to Dallas, man. Love out there. Will Wallace said, one thing, Trent, maybe you should take one person to mod for now to delete the haters and the bots. The out louders are cooking. Yeah, I totally agree. Like we talked about that yesterday, I think. I don't really mind the haters that much. Let them get what they need to get off. But if it ever does get to the point where it gets a little bit crazy, then we definitely will for sure. Need assistant pretty soon. You're going to get more notoriety with each live. Thank you so much, Will. Appreciate you, brother. Crystal said, I agree. Will, another great show. Thank you very much, Trent. Thank you, Mystery. Michelle says, peace and wellness to you, Trent. Thank you, Michelle. Natasha said, I missed it today. Well, don't worry, Natasha. You can always rewind. Don't worry. Will said, Crystal, out here dropping gems. Judge ourselves by our actions. Love that. Will says, I'm chatting without being able to engage in conversations. Y'all working, so don't mind me. Crystal said, Will and you're dropping gems. God jewelry, slide out here to the Bay, man. We'll take care of you. Well, thank you very, very much, my brother. I haven't seen you in the live, so welcome. Somebody said memberships, please. Well, yeah, we'll just hook you all up, bro. Let me know when you come out to the Bay. I got you. All right, Will, definitely. Somebody said disagree. Fair. Erica said facts. That part. Erica says, how do you do that? I don't know exactly what you mean. How do you do that? Maybe it'll come up. Because said, yes, Trent, I'm here trying to support mental health with you. We got to spread the love and support people on their mental health journey. The world needs people like us spreading light these days. Totally agree with you, Crystal. And for now, the last one is Trent. EDM is electric dance. The music festival is a great experience. All right. Thank you very much. And Erica says, how do you get the gifted membership? I am not too sure, actually. Will always gives them out. And I don't know. I think you have to click on it or tap on it. I'm not too sure how you get it. Ask ChatGPT. But I hope that you guys are able to scoop it up. Thank you for supporting mental health, Emma. All right. Y'all can keep commenting. I'm just going to go to my outro and then I will be right back to you guys. Okay. Round of applause for all y'all. I thought we had a great show. Thank you for joining in with me. Thank you everybody for in the comment section. And of course, one round of applause for Big Will Wallace. Thank you, Will. All right, y'all. Before I let you go, just want to remind you of 3 quick things. While we're on live, like Will Wallace, you can give us a super chat, or if after we post this, you can give us a super thanks to give back and support the show. Whatever amount you give, we are always very appreciative. Also, please sign up for the Out Loud membership today, or we'll just buy y'all 10 of them. So make sure y'all scoop those up. If not, you'll see the join button or membership somewhere on the YouTube channel. And lastly, please sign up for Aura. If you're going to do anything online, it is very dangerous. Your information can get leaked. Aura will find all your information, remove it absolutely free. That's the key here. We're not selling you guys anything. It is actually absolutely free. Or just wants to show you what they can do free for 14 days. All right. So make sure you sign up. Now, before I let you guys go, I just want to remind you of 3 unique ways to keep up with the Trent Out Loud show. Okay. We're not just one dimensional out here. 2026. Now, for those of you who like to listen on podcast platforms, we are available on every single one of them. Just go to any pod site, type in Trent Out Loud, the show will pop up. Do not forget to hit the follow or subscribe button so you can be notified every time we upload a new show. And we upload 5 days a week, so make sure you check us out there. Second of all, if you're like me and you like to watch shows like this, head on over to YouTube. When you get over to YouTube, 6 things I'm going to need you to do. First 2 are hit that subscribe and hit that like button. Like a lot of the Out Louders have been saying, hit that like and hit that subscribe button. Smash that. Let's go. Third, please try to comment below after this video was posted. I got my crew and my lives with me all the time commenting, so we love all of that. But please, after the video was posted, please comment because we need to keep the conversation going. Okay, very, very important. And also it helps the algorithm when people are having a conversation. Now, for me personally, I look at the conversations every night before I go to bed. And one of the things that bring me joy is knowing how global this show is. So I love to see whatever country or city that you're watching from. So if you do not want to join in on the conversation, at least comment that. Love to see it. Now, fourth of all, which is getting up there on the importance level. I used to say comment was important, but this is actually really important. Please, if you're enjoying the content, if you like the show, please try to share it with your family, friends, and loved ones. This is a long game for us. We're not just here around for a short time. We're trying to build a community. We're trying to build a channel. So please bring like-minded people who are open, who like mental health, who like communication, if they're Republican or Democrat and want to have a conversation. We're trying to build a community here. So if you know of anybody that would like this kind of content, please do not hesitate to share because it helps in growing the channel. All right. And we appreciate y'all. 5th, sign up for the Out Loud membership. And 6, super chat or super thanks. Now, for the third way, which is new in 2026, we are streaming live daily, Monday through Friday, between the hours of 5 or 6 o'clock. Most of the times, 5:30. We stream live on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. There's 2 different ways. We have 2 different streams going on YouTube. One, you could listen or watch on your cell phone. There's a special format that will be set up for your cell phone. Or 2, the other stream is a TV or a laptop stream, which is horizontal. So there are 2 different streams on YouTube. We are also streaming live on Twitch, which Mystery watches us every day on Twitch. We are also streaming on Instagram. Shout out to everybody who's on Instagram. And we also stream on Kick. All right. So podcasts, YouTube, and streaming social media platforms. Those are your 3 ways to keep up to date with the show daily. Now, for those who want to follow me outside of the show, I'm available on all social platforms. It's always the same handle, Trent Out Loud. But I'm the most active on Instagram, FYI. And speaking of Instagram, please try to follow me on the Trent Out Loud show on Instagram. I'm working actively on that page to build up that platform. The reason why I'm asking you guys to follow me there is that is a way for me to touch point with you guys daily and hourly. Anytime there's anything breaking, I think it was yesterday or the day before when Donald Trump's plane turned around, it was 11 o'clock at night. I'm not going to come on live here on all these platforms, but I can get that news out to you right away at 11 o'clock at night. Something's happening in the morning. Something's happening at lunch. And I'll also put funny videos in there. Like Gia was talking about, I don't know if it was Gia or Crystal. I think it was Gia, that Jamaican video that we put out. So, it's just another platform that's outside of the show. It is unfiltered. It's fun. Sometimes I'm just in my bed. Sometimes I'm getting ready to go in the shower and I got a crazy cap on my head. Sometimes I'm just in my bed. I don't even have my shirt on. It's unfiltered Trent Out Loud. And I'm really having a lot of fun doing it. So I appreciate those who have followed, commented, and liked over there, just trying to build out different platforms. And we really appreciate all the support. All right. So thank you very much for that. All right, let me jump over to the last comments, and then we're going to head on out of here. There we go. I see somebody got picked up those memberships. Hold on. Let me see where I ended off. I already got that one. Music. How do you get the gift membership? So then you guys found out. Emma says, thanks for supporting mental health. Here we have a new member. Black Girl Lost became a new member. Bam, 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 bam. Thank you. Here you go. Another here, that's the membership again too. Boom, love that. Emma, loved the show. Thank you, Emma. Crazy Gamer, gift memberships are auto gifted. All right, well, thank you. How is it auto gifted? What, it just gets sent out to anybody? That's cool. Kim said, another great show, Trent. As always, peace, love, and happiness to everybody. Thank you, Kim. Kim said, welcome, Black Girl Lost, to the YouTubers, to the Out Louders. I don't know how to pronounce that names. Why do we need to share this? Well, that's not very nice. Welcome, Black Girl Lost. Thank you, Trent, for lifting us up and giving us all a place in this amazing community. We are the strong Out Louders, giving us a voice and a place in this loving, close community. Oh, that's so nice, Crystal. We love you, Trent. Love you too, Crystal. Ditto, Crystal. Love you too, Kim. Emma, we love you. Love you too. Hey, Teresa. Live stream and everyone is welcome. Love it. And the last one is, hey, Trent, blessings to you. And that is from Pookie. Thank you very much. One last one. Gia, you get the last word. Trump could have had an IV and the bruising could have came from that. Yeah, I totally agree, but why? Why does he have an IV? You can't just be the president of the United States and just have an IV and not tell us. All right, y'all. I love y'all. It's Thursday. I will see you tomorrow for the last show before the weekend. Make sure y'all tune in because you know I get hype on a Friday and I get to yell out, it's Friday. But I wait because I cannot just yell it now. I got to only do it on Fridays. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I love y'all, man. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud. Peace.